All right. Welcome back to another turn resolution of War in the Pacific, Admiral's Edition. We're in August, and it's the 11th, 1942. Okay, so we do have some night bombing. Um, I don't have any night cap. That's okay. It's not much. The heavy rain helps, I guess. It's Moonlight Zero. I'm not sure why he likes to do Moonlight Zero. He goes for low Moonlight attacks. I'm not sure what's going on there. The Dent decides to. Oh, we're at Baker. Okay, this is all right. Even though it's shallow, we still can't find this guy. Oh, well, we're firing anyway. Oh, we hit him. Internal explosion. Oh, suffers heavy damage. All right, so one hit, but it's a solid one. I'm not sure, I'm not saying it's sinking, but maybe it's gonna have to go bye-bye. All right, it's fine. He can bombard this. It's got a small unit of guys. I don't even know if this is gonna do much. I have no idea. All right, so he wrecks the base, but we only lose one disabled non-combat squad. It's kind of a waste. I don't know much about the Japanese, their abilities and strengths and weaknesses. It seems like that small of. See how this goes. All right, we do take damage here. Um, the base takes some serious damage. It's okay. Um, but it seems like that's a waste of assets there at Reno Island. Looks like we all had the idea to bombard today. All right. This doesn't do a lot of damage. Well, it wrecks the base for sure, but it doesn't do a lot of damage to his ground troops, but we'll have more chances of doing something about that. Okay, two reports of I-9 getting hit. I'm gonna push through this. I don't know how long this is gonna take. Okay. Guess I should probably let you see what the damage is. He's bombing these usual targets. Kapong I didn't really scroll down and look at. Looked like some minor casualties there. Alright, so he's bombing our small. These are just a couple of battalions. Not gonna do much to anyone anyway, so. Yeah, this is just a tiny company. I don't know what's going to happen here. Very minor casualties there. I I'm not saying I'm not saying he doesn't need to be doing these raids, but I just don't know how effective they are on his supply levels. But you know, speaking of effectiveness, wow. Um, where where's the damage? Um, okay, that's a bit better. Okay, of course the sweep comes after. It makes sense. All right, the idea here is to keep bombing with the aircraft that can't reach down to Prome. We're gonna bomb Mandalay. They can reach, but then they'll be extended range and basically be used. I mean, more or less. I mean, their bombing is kind of ineffective anyway, and then on top of it, extended range makes it worse. Plus, chance of fatigue and damage, ops damage, etc. All right, so we got through the cap. That cap is going to drop down when our bombers from Imphal arrive. Okay, I'm going to push through here. We might take some losses. Well, we got 10 through. The moderate rain isn't going to help, but let's see. Yeah. Now, these aircraft are going to be on, I think, it could be, I think it's going to be a long range cap, which means ops losses, possibly. All right, so we do uh, beat up some of their tanks, trucks, vehicles. Let's just call them what the game calls them, vehicles. All right, we do. He does intercept us. We take a damaged B-24. Um, yeah, Zero's intercepted us there. I'm guessing that's long here at Tulagi. I'm guessing that's also long range cap. All right. This turn isn't certainly isn't one-sided, which is kind of cool. It's cool that he's counterattacking in some areas, and we'll have to figure out what our best course of action is. All right, we got a lot of recon over Baker. One of the reasons is because we're flying F4s there, but also our bombardment group is doing some things. Yep, the Truant is taking damage. So here again is a British sub that all it's doing is taking damage, so it can go back and repair, rinse and repeat. It's I just can't get these British subs to do anything positive for me. Again, both of them have only been a liability this game. Only a liability. If you can, the only positive I can think of, correct me if I'm wrong, the only positive is it's caused him to have to escort his stuff because, well, if there's a sub there, you don't want to get wrecked. So, yeah, these two battalions surrender. That's fine. They were bound to anyway. That number of squads that surrendered is high. I didn't even think I had that many troops in those battalions to combined. All right, we both take equal losses here. Um, on the road to Sion. Right, there's another deliberate attack here. Now we're on this railroad, so he pushed us to a worse spot for him. All right, just very minor damage to the troops at Cooktown. um, ooh, he flew in. Okay. All right, so we lost a company there because he flew in some troops. That was clever. He flew in some troops while we were dilly-dallying here. All right. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. So, I guess let's look at air losses and then move on. All right, 10 against 10. Let's see what they are. All right, he loses 5 Oscars, 4 to air, 1 ops. He did lose 2 Topsies and 2 zeros to ops. Those long range um, cap. And then we lost a couple of Hurricanes and a couple of Hudsons due to air to air. Looks like a Val was lost to ops. We lost an Avenger, Catalina, Wildcat, Cobra, Marauder, and Blenheim. Okay, real fast. I don't want to belabor. Oh, let's just look here. Lost pilots. We lost 3 total that most likely, well, 2 we won't get back, 1 we won't get back, and 2 we hope to get back and sooner than later. No, no sure sinkings this last turn. Our subs weren't even very active. Our British subs missed. Terrible. And it was a destroyer they attacked. Okay, we're good here. I've set up a temporary base here, it looks like. And uh, he's got good detection on it. What I need to get over here is maybe my carriers to A, chase away ships. Oh, okay. So my carriers, I might drift up here. Um, yeah. This is gonna be okay. This is fine. We're fine. I'll bring my carriers up here. They'll hit whatever's attempting to do something in this area, and then we'll head back to Sydney. I think we're done here. I feel good about the situation. It's time to build this base up a little bit for air support. Then we can get air cover up to Rental Island while we build that up and move on. It looks like I won't be able to get these bases. This one, I don't even know if I'm going to hold these. Sorry, this one, because if he comes strong enough, he could take that as well. So the best I can do is replace and then just keep flying supply in here for now. In the meantime, like I said, we'll give air cover. I might even fly. I'll fly a long range cap right here and here as well. I've got plenty of aircraft in these carrier groups. I'll fly a long range cap into these two spots and I'll try to bomb these ships. And my long range bombers, I'll keep hitting Tulagi, I think. Maybe even hit the port still in case he puts some of these ships to base there. But yeah, we'll go in bombing range of that, and then like I said, slink away. Looks like we're almost to Luganville here. But anyway, I don't want to belabor this. This just shows me that we're in it for long haul. But hey, it's interesting. It's kind of cool. Um, now on to the 12th. Thanks. All right, let's see what's going to happen tonight, or tonight. But yeah, this whole turn, August 12th. Got my carriers moving in the South Pacific. Um, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do there with that those raiders that took back Kirakira. That's going to be very curious to me how he uses those. Um, Apparently I need to get some aircraft back up in the sky here. At night, I mean. We destroyed one, at least. One Sally. Alright, okay. Our task force, let's just look at this. This is our task force leaving in Denny, coming back to Spiritu Santo, Luganville. Okay, we got a near miss. If I missed a different hit, it's possible. But we're not. I mean, hey, at least we're firing off some depth charges. There were some turns where we did none of it. All right, one hit, but it was just a glancing blow. Probably not even worth going back to port. All right, the I-32 lurking here by Colombo, and our ASW is not doing anything with it. All right, we got a nice cruiser in range, and we completely will. I don't think my carriers will be in range to bomb that. I'm gonna get through that because we were below their depth charges. Ooh. Not only did the Mark 14 work, it actually hit the patrol boat. I don't know what he's doing with these. My concern is that he's unloading supplies up there, but we'll find out. We do take a hit. Yeah, that patrol boat sank. Not sure if we shot something down or got shot down or something. Like a recon or a patrol, some kind of patrol aircraft. Okay, Nell's bombing Kapong. This is a ground attack. Yeah, I can't cap that. That's too far out of the way. All right, we do intercept here, which tells him what we have in the area, but that's fine because we're about to head out of here anyway. So we lose an F4 F4. I don't know what he lost. We lose at least one, maybe more. All right, this is to soften it up because I want to do another attack here. I should have some more aircraft coming, some B-17 heavies. Okay, that's not very damaging there. Heavy cloud, I guess, is enough to affect bombing accuracy. All right, we're bombing here. I figure, two can play this game. This is just piecemeal bombing. For having air HQs at Townsville, that's surprising that we're not getting anything out of these raids. Concentrated efforts. Man. Hmm. That I-170, if we hit it as often as... That's interesting. I don't know if we're supposed to know this, but, okay. Ah, here we go. Alright, this is a lot of aircraft. It's going to be a long fight, so let's push through this. Oh, I hit escape too many times. So the Yorktown took a torpedo hit. Man, this cap was useless. And now he's flying into our crew. Well, we lost a couple of ships here, good ships. And the Devonshire did take a torpedo hit as well. Man, nothing is going. Like my raid, what happened to my aircraft? There we go. I'm gonna get through this, okay? We're gonna lose some aircraft here, but maybe we can take out some of these APDs, and then we'll bug out of here. I have to repair. That's frustrating. Well, it'd be nice to take out that cruiser also, but apparently these nimble APDs I can hit better than the cruiser. That's interesting. Come on. Land one hit, please. Looks like we got something. I don't know if that was the destroyer that we were targeting there or what. Good. We at least got it. Look, we got a hit or two. I'm okay with that. If we don't sink it, that's fine. Severe damage is good. Put it out of commission for a little while at least. Okay. Alright. We know we sank 2 APDs. The the light cruiser Tenryu is probably fine. I mean, it says heavy fires. They'll put those out, put it back in operation back at Raval or truck. But they lost some significant amount of troops here. Well, I mean, I'm looking at the numbers here. I don't know how much of this is fog of war, but some hits on these. Okay, so I think we probably sank four ships here, two destroyers and an APD and two APDs, but for sure three of these, and this guy may have sank as well, may have sunk. But yeah, it'd have been nice for some of those some of those other attacks on the cruiser would have actually bore fruit, but all right, let's get through that. How many of these? Okay, we lose a couple of Dauntlesses. What can we get out of it? All right, we got another bot. Okay, I mean, I guess this next wave can maybe do something. Oh. Bummer. We did get one more bomb, I guess, into the cruiser. It looks like he's trying to reinforce Tulagi, but I'm going to bypass that. I have to figure out how to get past... are you kidding me? Can't be firing duds from our S-boats. Okay, these are deeper. These are the mod 2s, so I can't get away from them. We'll just have to evade and try to not get hit. Four torpedoes, one of them at least was a dud. Man, that was a terrible day. Probably for him too. He's probably not impressed either, but I had no idea he was going to be that successful in the Indian Ocean either. So that was a fail on my part. Alright, yeah, he's probably gonna be attacking daily now. Yep, he took it. Surrender, 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 surrender. Alright, everything surrendered that was parked there. So we did very little in this situation other than to delay him for a few months. It really was kind of a wasted for overall. Alright, we're trying this again. Let's see what we can do. Pushing through. We did reduce fortifications. That's a good thing. And the odds were 2-to-1. We were able to do this dice roll after the reduction of fortifications. So that's a good thing. Hopefully that means we didn't lose as much as we've been. His defending force is dropping, definitely. He has a lot of disruption. Preparation and experience is not that great. The terrain is the only thing really helping him. But he ended up coming out with a 1 basically a 1-to-1 ratio, and even with the terrain because of these negatives. And ours went up actually from 1295 to 1650. Not sure how, but let's scroll down here and we'll look at his losses first. This is a good day for us because not just because of the destroyed, the fortification, but all these disabled. So all total here is it was over 150 AV. Now, is this number 755? Yeah, the 755, I think it's calculated before these losses. So he's got probably 600 AV sitting here after that. We'll bombard and next day examine what his AV is after this battle. Our losses are half of his, but still significant disablements. I don't know what to do about that. We lost a lot of vehicles. I don't know. I want to say tanks because we're using tanks in this battle, but who knows? We're also using a lot of divisions that use motorized support, so it could be any of that stuff. All right. That's just a lot more disabled for 2-to-1 than I would like. However, his troops may be that effective, just straight up effectiveness in combat. So where he lost 1922 destroyed devices, we lost 5, 10, 14. The rest can recover using supplies. His may recover just as well, but I noticed that our recovery has been quicker than his, which is why I did the attack today. We'll try it again in a few days, but I'm going to mellow and let my troops recover again. Okay. Not bad. I guess in looking at these numbers, it's better than I expected considering recent history. I don't like the disabled. This is a ton of stuff, a ton. But we'll find out how effective this attack was the next turn when we do a bombardment and take a look at the situation. All right. Hey, in Denny, we expanded the the base there. That's nice because I'm going to start using Indeni to project further in the South Pacific. I really need my fighters to do better than they did. They basically were terrible this turn regarding covering Rennell. Is that what it is? Rennell Island? Anyway, and covering themselves. We got some assets here in, some air assets in Australia. All right, the air war really didn't. Was almost a tie. We each lost something to ops, flak, and air to air. We're weighted toward losing a lot air to air. He lost a lot ops losses. Let's just see what happened here. He did lose 10 zeros, but that may be inflated because he only lost 13, and there's a lot of other things here lost. So, but let's just say, I don't know, 10, 13, 14, 15. So I'm going to say he lost 8 zeros. He lost 6 ops, so I'm going to say he lost 4 air-to-air, 4 ops, zeros. And so he lost 8. Ours, the highest plane losses was 7. And that was these Dauntlesses. We lost 6 of them in air-to-air, probably all shot down by zeros. Avengers, we lost some. Mavis, he lost a couple. We lost a couple of Wildcats. They didn't do that great where I needed them to. So yeah, let's look around and see so 14 to 13, and then let's look at So we did lose a lot of pilots, more than I would have liked. 8 total gone. 2 hopefully get back and sooner than later. These 5, I'm going to just write them off, but who knows? We might find them. Anyway, that said, let's look at, okay, ship sunk. I don't know that this will have any good information for us. We lost a cruiser and a destroyer, and this cruiser was worth a lot here, 22. That's a major shame, and we'll have to. Our little raid is kind of neutered, so we'll have to go back because we also have a damaged heavy cruiser. But we were able to sink in the South Pacific these 4 basically destroyers, and then this patrol boat at Australia. Let's look at this one. See, they can carry some troops, which is what they were likely doing, which is why they lost troops. It's not a half bad ship. And then these 2 APDs, these are very short range, so I don't know if they were shuttling to and or from Rabaul / to or from Tulagi. This looks like it's basically the same ship. And then the Asagao. Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't the best raid that I've seen. But the reason I'm here, by the way, is because we have a transport group that is supposed to go to Pago Pago. And so basically, I think I'm going to give it one more turn. We're going to arrive here, and then we're going to link up all my ships, make one amphibious group tomorrow. So on the 14th, we'll be forming up our amphibious task force and sending them straight up to Baker. That's our objective here. And now this is our escort carrier bringing more aircraft to the South Pacific, which apparently we're going to need more of. All right, let's. This is becoming a battle, but we're going to be as persistent as he is and hopefully come out ahead. This did not finish unloading and get out of there like I had assumed it would. And by the way, this is 1 hex away and should be back to base shortly. We were okay. I'm seeing now that I can't bring any troops here because it's just the base is too far away. And actually, probably, okay, I think I know what the problem is. It's not an official base yet, but what I'm going to do is get my PBYs out and start bringing some engineers here. And, yeah, we'll take care of all this. We got a lot of work to do. But, yeah, it would have been nice. This is heading this way. It would have been nice to get that as well. What I may do... Okay, so I'm still moving this way. This is 7 away. So I think we're going to be okay. I think I'm going to stay the course, I think. The Yorktown I may peel off and head back. This damage, I don't like that. The tonnage is small enough. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it should be able to repair at Sydney. It just may take a long time, so I'm not 100% sure if I want to go to Sydney and take a while, or just go ahead and head to the West Coast and do a regular full repair. Let's see. It will be upgrading in a month and a half anyway. So maybe it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and send it back. Let's see. go ahead and send it back and just upgrade it? I don't know. Honestly, if only I knew how long a repair at Sydney would take, I would just send it back there, but I don't want to fill up the shipyard either and hold up this much needed space for the smaller ships. So I'll probably just send it back to the West Coast, honestly. But I'll deal with this offline. I just wanted to update you as to the status of this area. My goal was, and my hope was to get some troops, some added troops here, but that's not happening quickly enough anyway. Um, but we are flying supplies in there at a decent clip, and we now have a extra supplies. All right, looking here, we got in here. We're gonna do a shock attack, and hopefully he doesn't slide out of here before we get the shock attack off. Um, that would be mildly annoying, to say the least. Yeah, we got this attack successfully off. That's nice. We should be blocking. The supplies will really have to go around all this to get in, if indeed he's bringing supplies into here to go around. But yeah, so it looks like Australia's doing okay. So yeah, this whole area is occupying both of our attention, but that's a good thing because I don't know that he realizes that this is on my radar. We just did a bombardment there, so maybe he's questioning it, but I'd like to surprise him with. Sorry, I was just checking this out because we used it to bombard, and now I'm gonna have to replenish. It looks like, yeah, we do have plenty of replenishment ships here, so I think we'll be okay. Let me just I'll do that also offline. But back to here. Yeah, again, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with my carriers, but what I'll probably do is forget anything else and just fly cap over my carriers, uh, and that's it. And even to the detriment, maybe I'll allow some stuff to fly up here, some fighters to fly up there as escorts. Otherwise, we'll keep the cap. I don't know. Let's continue on. All right. So what am I looking at? Okay, so Kapong, that fell. So he's got Timor now. He's working on Java. Java will fall any time now. And then working our way up here, we see Burma is getting interesting, but I'm not going to talk too much about it because it's just a slow grind that I'm trying to consolidate my troops. We've talked about this, and until I get everything together and I'm making my move, I'm just gonna. I just saw this. All right, he got in here. He probably will be doing an attack, but we're going to get out. We only have 2 miles to go. We'll get out before he can attack us, and then we'll be on our way. So that's fine. All right. So that's that. China's what it is. Just that's kind of a static grind as well. But we're where we're at, and I really feel like this needs to be resolved. And if I can clean up Burma, push out his long range aircraft, at least, well, he can fly from Chiang Mai and stuff like this. I have no idea where he's flying out of, but if I can get some of these bases again, I can start reconning these and figure out where he's basing them, and we'll bomb them till so he can't do this anymore. In the meantime, this took a torpedo. It's not in bad condition. We're just going to head back. And I'll probably just go ahead and head to Colombo. There's no reason to be over here. We can't affect anything there anymore. So we'll go there, drop it off, and then maybe we'll consider coming back out with the Dutch lights and see what we can do. Come back, at least to be in the area. Maybe I'll even replace, for now, just for purposes of having some ability to threaten like a convoy or something. Let's do this, and we'll just hang out at Chittagong in lieu of the other task force, and we'll regroup this one. And I think I'm gonna kind of end it here. It was kind of a mixed bag. This turn was a mixed bag of a lot of errors on my part, errors in judgment, as well as the problems with my cap. I didn't have enough aircraft flying over my carriers. Those bombers got in and got a lucky torpedo into Yorktown, and so yeah. Thanks for joining me as usual, and we'll try to get a handle on what's going on, what's going to happen next. And if he's reinforcing this, which it looks like he's actually pulling troops out, because the number of troops here is down to 8,400. So it looks like he was pulling troops out instead of dropping troops off. All right. Well, maybe we helped him out by destroying some of his troops. But anyway, if that were on the ships, of course. All right. Well, have a good rest of your day. Take care, everyone. And we'll see you next time for August 13 turn resolution. Bye.